There's a feeling of excitement, you can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile.
Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Come on, let your spirit show. Taking pride in Mobile. We're growing, shining, winning, so we're taking pride in Mobile. We're old, we're young, we're fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. We're old, we're young, fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile.
Go to Traffic Center.
If you normally travel the Highway 90 bridge from Pace down to Pensacola, you're going to want to take an alternate route today. Major accident still working right at the end of the bridge before the Scenic Highway interchange. We are seeing a delay all the way back into Pace. Just stick with I-10 and we'll get you where you're going a whole lot quicker. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Since the election, I feel a good vibe in the city. I have been really feeling good. People are feeling good, and we're moving around good in these streets. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it's good. I promise you. Y'all know if it was bad, I'll tell you. It's good.
Miss Mass is exactly right.
The Uncle Henry Show, underway here on News Radio 710 WNTM. I'm kind of nervous. I've never interviewed this many politicians at the same time. I don't know if I'm capable of it, but I've got 4 Mobile City Council members here with me. You can watch us live on YouTube right now. Go to the Uncle Henry Show channel on YouTube, or just enjoy the warmth and love of the AM radio as we have a conversation this hour with I guess this is a quorum kind of the Mobile City Council. We've got Corey Penn, District 1. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, thank you, Uncle Henry, for having me.
Ben Reynolds, motion to adjourn.
Happy to be here.
Josh Woods, District 6. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And the mysterious Bo Fleming, District 5.
Thank you for having me, Uncle Henry.
Hey, this was, Josh, this was your idea. What's going on here? Is this part of the good vibe?
I think it might be part of the good vibe. I honestly just wanted to come in and share a little bit about all of our districts. I think we're really thriving and jiving, I guess, on the council at the moment. Just wanted to kind of take a moment and talk with you and kind of just share about our districts.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to learning things about each district. But this, to me, I had a family member ask me a couple of weekends ago, they asked me, what do you think of this new mayor and this new council? And I said, well, they seem to be doing great, but they're so young. They're just, to me, you're just spring chickens out here. Corey Penn, is there a youth movement on the council?
I think it's a youth movement, across the city. When you really look at it, I think it's just an opportunity that young people want to be active. They want to be engaged. And I think that's a great thing.
Well, I noticed you often you try to get young people to come to the council meetings.
Yes, on a regular basis. We have Convo with Corey on Tuesdays that give an opportunity for young people to be engaged, and I think that's important. And when you look at the council, all of us have young kids. So we already engaged. We doing natural things where I see Bo at the basketball games, being with his daughters, and Josh with his squad. And so we're all just excited to be in this position, and we want our young people in our city to stay in the city as well. So I think that's important. Our kids stay in Mobile, and then we want young professionals to stay in Mobile as well.
Hey, Ben Reynolds, is it different with the younger council members?
Absolutely. It didn't occur to me till right now, but this could be a caucus. I mean, we could be the young caucus or something. You know, we could really get a lot of things done. But yeah, it's been enjoyable. I mean, it's nice to have the wisdom. You got to have some wisdom around as well. But it seems like we're all sort of coming from the same place where we all grew up in Mobile. We all sort of have seen the same sort of problems that have existed, and we all are passionate about trying to fix it. And we're not trying to fix it for just our own sake. It's our children and everybody else's children that we want to make it better for as well.
Hey, Bo Fleming, is it what you thought it would be?
For the most part, I've definitely learned a lot. I know I've got a lot more to learn as far as the time commitment and meeting constituent needs. It's about like what I thought it would be. I've enjoyed the new relationships. You know, I didn't really know the dynamic and how a lot of the council members work together, communication and things like that. So for me, I've enjoyed the friendships, the camaraderie. So yes, I would say it's about how I thought it would be. It's been great, actually.
Have you gotten any calls after hours?
All the time.
All the time. Okay, we're going to get into that later. We're going to get into that later because
the phone definitely rings a lot more than it used to.
I'm sure that it does. Josh, how is the new mayor doing?
I think he's doing really well. We appreciate, I guess, the opportunity that he's offered us to work together collectively. So that's really nice when you have a mayor that you can really get a hold of and communicate with. You know, Mayor Stimpson was the same way, but you know, Mayor Terry Goddess, we're working together collectively. You know, I talk frequent with him. I know everybody here talks frequent with him, and we definitely appreciate the opportunity to work together more closer, and you know, in every aspect. So very excited about what I guess the next 3.5 years have in store for everybody, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us.
3.5 years, Corey Penn. It feels like it's been longer than just half a year, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know, anytime you're working in politics, it's a 24/7 job, and so sometimes it feels longer.
You know, you say that I've learned this from being around politicians for years. A lot of these city council jobs and county jobs are set up originally to be part-time, but taxpayers expect it to be 24/7, don't they?
You're right, Uncle Henry, 24/7. And I think it's different, too, for us because we're so engaged in our communities. My kids go to school in the community. We're at the grocery store. We're at the soccer games. We're at the park. So people see us everywhere, and I think that's why it's so easy. Like, okay, I just saw Ben at the grocery. Let me ask him a question. Let me talk to Josh. Let me talk to Bo at the basketball game and ask a question about this pothole or, you know, this animal, this, you know, coyote.
Now, Ben, Corey Penn just mentioned you go into the grocery store. Are you accosted in grocery stores? Does this happen to you?
Everybody has a one thing. No questions asked. Everybody's always got a one thing, and I you know, it's enjoyable. Yes. I enjoy it most of the time. I try to stay out of the grocery stores. I mean, you have home delivery, and you know, so I don't go to the grocery store much. But you know, I think everybody's generally happy within my district, and I think throughout the city at large, where you're not going to be accosted. Everybody just wants to be heard.
Well, it's funny you say that about the grocery store. When Ashley Rich was the DA, she came in and did a show with me, and I asked her, I said, have you ever gone to the grocery store and recognized somebody you had prosecuted? And she said, yes, and that's why now I get my groceries delivered. So that does happen. So everybody optimistic? I mean, there's so many big projects going on. Mobile seems to be transforming. It's going to be completely different in 10 years.
I think so. But keep in mind, there was a big lead up to those big projects where you had Stimpson in there really getting the finances in order, and the previous city councils getting the finances in order, where they were afforded the opportunity to take advantage of the financial situation, and then now check these big legacy boxes. Now that we've sort of planted our sword in the ground and saying these are what we're doing, now it's time for us to get back to being a little bit boring for a little while.
A little bit boring. But I've noticed that the meetings over the last several years, and this has continued with your council and Spiro, they've seemed to be more educational. There seems to be a lot of PR going on at the meetings, just letting citizens know what's going on. Are you all aware that people are watching and listening when you're doing the meetings?
Well, Corey Penn is. Let's hear from Corey.
I think it's very vital to have our public be engaged and be informed, and that's why a lot of times I repeat myself in pre-council as well in council, because sometimes people watch it at different times.
Right.
And I think it's very vital for us to share that information.
Okay. We're going to be taking a timeout for you, the radio listener. We've got traffic, weather, and words from our sponsors. We're going to continue the conversation here with the members of the Mobile City Council. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, we're not going to turn the microphones off for YouTube. So we're just going to keep the conversation going for the hour on YouTube. And if anybody watching on YouTube has questions, feel free to type them in for us here on the chat there in YouTube. So, radio listener, we're going to take a timeout. And then more Uncle Henry Show with the Mobile City Council. All right, and we are live now on
from the Spring Hill.
We're live now on YouTube and not on the radio. So I want to, while we're just talking on YouTube, folks. Is there somebody that politically has mentored you, Corey Penn? I want to ask you all the same question because I'm sure you had to ask some folks what they thought. Or am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Who do you go to if you need advice?
That's a great question, Uncle Henry. I go to your radio show, and I listen to your views and get information. But outside that, honestly, I didn't have a mentor in the political arena. My pastor, Dr. Vincent Robinson, he's been my mentor. And that's someone that I trust. I reach out to get feedback. Even though he might not be a leader in the political world, he's a leader in the community. And I love to hear from him.
Ben Reynolds, now I know that John Williams told me that he was trying to mentor you. Now, was it a two-way thing? Did you want to be mentored?
I didn't have a choice in it, I don't believe. So John Williams, but my earliest mentor was former state budget chairman Jim Barton.
Oh, really?
House
Okay.
105. And then a whole lot of C-SPAN. I mean, just all the C-SPAN one man can take.
Oh my Lord! Now, are you're a masochist? You want to bring pain upon yourself?
Something to that effect. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Josh, who do you go to? Do you have mentors politically?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm a political nerd, and I've kind of came up through, the different young Republican stuff and everything. So definitely got to know a lot of politicians. But as far as always take my call, I'd have to lean with Mr. Reynolds there. John Williams has been amazing. Anytime I need to think about something or run something by, former Councilman Williams always answers. Congressman Carl's been great. He always answers my call, or at least calls me back and talks me through some stuff. And then I'd even say it's more on the job training. Councilmember Daves has always been a great person that I'd go and pick his brain about.
Okay, and for the mysterious Bo Fleming. Now, are you mentored by the Illuminati?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay.
What I would say is not so much having a mentor.
Okay.
Being the new face on council, but maybe having more of an inspiration. And I'm a little bit like Josh when I'm a little bit of a closet political nerd too. My wife can attest to that. But for me, moving back to Mobile, young professional, newlywed, young children, I really kind of found Mayor Stimpson stepping up at the time he did to be inspirational.
Okay.
And I volunteered a little bit on his campaign. And I said, here's a guy that's got the city of Mobile really in his crosshairs and wants to turn the city around, take us to the next level. So I found that inspiring. I knew one day I wanted to get involved, and but I would also have to say, like Councilman Woods, there's been some questions since the get-go, and I've been able to reach out to Mayor Stimpson, Councilman Daves, and they've been very insightful and kind of helped guide me along.
Now, what does your family think about you running for office? What was that like?
My wife was incredibly supportive. She knew that I always wanted to be involved in the city and in the community. So she has really been. She's kind of nudged me into it. She was very supportive. My children have embraced it too, which I was a little unsure how they would take it. But having two older children that are 16 and 18, they've embraced it as well. They've been supportive. They've attended events. And I think it's been good for them to see me serving. So anyway, yeah.
Okay. Now, Josh, you've got like 4 kids.
I only have 3.
3, and the mayor.
Saw a doctor about that. So, yeah.
No, the mayor has 4, and you have 3. Is there going to be some type of arranged marriage at some point in the future?
Listen, I don't know. I don't want to talk about the future, but that's one of the cool things I really appreciate. Especially about us 4 is all of us are we kind of in this. We're stuck in the same stage of life a little bit, and all of us, and whether you say it the way I say it or not, we're all concerned about the fact that, one day, selfishly, we all want our kids to live near us.
Yeah.
And we want them to live here in Mobile. So selfishly,
Amen.
maybe we're doing everything we can, and every action I take or everything that I do on council, I'm kind of selfishly trying to plan ahead that I want Mobile to be the greatest place, so that my kids have no other option but to settle here.
All right, we're going back on the radio for those people listening or watching through their ears. Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. 4 guests, 4 Mobile City Council people are in the studio. Corey Penn, Ben Reynolds, Bo Fleming, Josh Woods. I've got a lot of questions I want to ask, but I've got something from our YouTube viewers. Steven wants to know. He says, I would love to know the guy's opinion about the city paving the street next to the new arena while 18-wheelers go in and out of there every day, LOL. Is there an answer for that one?
Well, sometimes you don't have an option. If there's enough potholes that go down the road, you really only have one option, that is to resurface it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that question from YouTube. And again, you can watch this show live on the Uncle Henry Show YouTube channel. So I want to give you all an opportunity to talk a little bit about your districts. Let me start with you, Ben Reynolds, the District 4. Do you have a big challenge in District 4, bigger than other challenges?
I think so, because we're a very unique district. We're the largest district by land area.
Okay.
And it's really divided by some highland and the lowland. So you have the rivers in the lowland, then you have the hills up on the highland, and they have some unique distinctions between them. Drainage is a big one because really about half or 2/3 of the city drains down through the city and into my district, into Dog River, Halls Mill Creek, so on and so forth. So, if you're going to affect drainage in a positive way, you start at your low point where it's all coming. So, we're going to focus our money more towards the outfalls in drainage and stuff. And when you're done with the work, you don't really have a whole lot you're not cutting a ribbon in front of it.
No.
It's just necessary work that the government's got to do. So we focus a lot on infrastructure. So it's going to be your drainage systems and then resurfacing roads. I'm proud to be here and share, and I think we got a good friendly competition going on amongst us of who can have the largest resurfacing contract. I'm happy to report that I've been successful, I think, every time we've had a resurfacing contract. So we'll see if these guys can step their games up. But when you see our 2026 contracts, I think you're going to see folks are really putting up some money. I think Josh is probably second. I don't know where you are, Bo.
Ben beat me by, I think, about 200,000, so I'm still a little butthurt about that.
Okay, well, now Corey Penn, is there one challenge that is bigger than other challenges in your district?
We have some challenges when you think about our area. We have some of the oldest parts in the city of Mobile in my district, and so drainage is major. Housing is another piece. I think it's a problem. We want people moving back east side of the city limits, but we got to make sure we have the correct housing for everyone. So I think those are the 2 biggest ones.
What about you, Josh? What's the biggest? Now, by the way, I got a voicemail from a listener that wanted me to tell you that you need a police precinct in your district.
I think I know who that is, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably tell you that my challenges, everybody's got their unique aspects of their district. My challenges, I'm basically 45% of my district is new to the city. They're newly annexed. And, like Councilman Reynolds said, focusing on repaving is a huge aspect of what, our district has to deal with right now, at least till 2030. I've been working with engineering, and I think we got a plan to repave every neighborhood. So every neighborhood will be repaved within the last 10 years, including newly annexed folks that came in 2 years ago whenever I came on, and we'll have that all repaved by 2030. So there's challenges of while the county and the county commissioners do an amazing job. I'm very happy with our county commissioners. There are aspects that the county can't dive into, and that's really like neighborhood repaving. So that's really been the top priority for District 6, that and traffic signals.
Okay. Bo Fleming, what about District 5? What would be a challenge or two for you?
So for me in District 5, I would say definitely traffic. Right when I was coming in, the McGregor project was wrapping up, and District 5 is very densely populated. We're kind of stuck in the middle between District 1 and District 6 and 7 and 4, but a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of families. You've got road work going on, some roadway projects. So we were encountering a lot of cut-through traffic and things like that. So trying to combat some of that. Get McGregor Avenue opened up in the roundabout, and then also educate some folks on some other projects that are in the pipeline. There's the Dolphin Street connector project that Corey and I have been working on together to try to improve traffic flow through there. So when you have a district full of so many neighborhoods and families, and we're trying to improve walkability and safety, that's really been the big thing for me that I've seen is trying to safely move traffic in and out of the district.
So what are you most excited about in your district, Corey Penn? What's going on in your district that's really exciting?
What's really great, and I don't know if you know this, Uncle Henry, I'm excited about having one of the best talk shows, radio shows in my district, and that's yours.
Oh,
we're in District 1.
You. All right, this is good.
We're in District
formerly
1.
District 5.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna, this works well because I can compliment you as often as you compliment me. I know how this works. I love the positivity from Corey Penn.
Well, thank you. But one of the things that we created in my first term was the Tomerville Neighborhood Plan. And that plan is amazing. We basically have a plan, and our goal is to do that for every part of my district, is create an action plan, things that our community would like to see and how the funds will be used. And that kind of helped with grants as well. We received 2 grants. We received a grant for a playground in our area, and we was the only district to receive funds from the Rebuild Act. And I believe it's because we had that plans help send those information to grant writers, and so I'm excited about that plan. I'm excited about we have a new senior housing. It took 60 years to have this, and we're having that in District 1. So we're adding housing to our district. So those 3 things is bringing that excitement to District 1.
What about you, Ben Reynolds? What's exciting in the largest land mass in Mobile?
Well, we've got some big county projects, so we've been fortunate in District 4 to have the county focus their attention to our area, and the soccer complex that Commissioner Hudson's doing, along with the Aquatic Center, that's in District 4. So the county's putting a substantial amount of money there. But also right down the road, Commissioner Dewitt is building or redoing the old Linksman Golf Course. It's now going to be called Cypress Creek, and it's going to be first-class facility in every way. Some things that we're working on in the city, and the mayor has really got on board with, and I want to say thank you publicly to State Representative Wilcox for passing a law to allow us to expand our capacity to do TIF districts. So the next TIF district will be for the greater Tillman's Corner area. So we'll hopefully we'll get that established by October. I think the law allows us to start on it or get started in October, and if we can get it passed, we're talking about a substantial amount of money that won't cost the taxpayer one additional cent. It's money they're already paying. It just goes into the district so we can reinvest and sort of continue the growth that's happening in Tillman's Corner.
We've got a 1 minute to break. Explain to the listener what TIF district means.
Yeah, TIF district is a tax increment finance district, and what it does is it gets everybody to agree on a benchmark value of properties. So everybody will collect their same tax rate at a benchmark value. As property values increase, the additional part above the benchmark will then go into a TIF fund, and it only can be spent on what the TIF identifies.
All right, we've got to take a time out for news headlines and then more Uncle Henry Show with the Mobile City Council. You can continue with us. We're going to keep talking here on YouTube. All right. Now, and I realize this is an hour. If any of you need to hit the restroom, you can leave during the commercial break if you need to. Just want to let you know. And I'm going to pick up on excitement in districts when we come back.
What's exciting over there?
I'm sure he's got plenty. He's got plenty.
You got to save it for the air. Yeah.
But yes, we do have a question from YouTube. Norman Richardson wants to know, when will you guys try to annex the Snow Road area and Airport Boulevard into the city?
Well, we already tried once.
Yes. Norman may not realize how that was a very big deal. Annexation was heavy lifting, was it not?
Very. Yeah, and I can tell you. I mean, at the moment, I think as a city, we're not actively looking for annexation. I mean, if you want to go to the neighborhood petition, I mean, that's that'd be a great thing. But like Ben said, how many times can you ask a girl out?
Well, you know what? But perceptions can change. You know, there's so many things happening. 5 to 10 years from now, there may be neighborhoods that say this city is going somewhere. We would really like to be a part of this. That can happen.
That is true. I mean, you think about the ring of fire protection, police protection. There's the city's record is stellar. We're one of the only ISO in the entire Southeast, I believe, as far as the fire department. We're up to speed on police officers. We will hit our budgeted number of officers this budget cycle, so that means that we'll supply some more money, tentatively, I guess, in the future to try to hire and continue to hire officers. So there's advantages to being in the city, and I do know there's challenges out in the county. Obviously, there's the fire districts that you have to figure out how to fund a volunteer fire district, but there are advantages being in the city. And again, I've always said this, that if neighbors joining the city want to join, I'd love to offer them the opportunity to.
Hey, on the topic of the future, just for the YouTube viewers, are the four of you optimistic that bridge will actually get built?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You really think it'll happen?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, that is wonderful to hear. It's hard for the average person to buy in yet, because it's just been going on for so long.
We're average people, but we're bought in because we've seen the progress that's happened. I mean, you're actually seeing test pilings being done.
Yes,
you're seeing real work starting to happen where we're confident that we're going to be able to see it done. Now, it's a state issue, right? It's not necessarily a city deal, but we've sort of rolled out the carpet to do our part.
Well, and I've met some people that said they had moved here to work on the bridge, so that indicates that there's some serious stuff going on. But no timetable at all yet, because they don't know how they're going to pay for it, right?
I think they're probably lacking some funding currently, but Senator Britt's, working up there for us, and I know Senator Tuberville's been working for us. We'll see who gets into that Senate seat, and hopefully it's somebody that's, bullish on the bridge.
Yeah. Mayor Chair Gaddis has picked up right where Mayor Simpson left off on it, so I feel confident. So they're all working on it pretty hard.
Well, I don't think the airport is going to do. You're going to have the bridge to really maximize that airport down there.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's been my big concern about the airport. I'm not really concerned about the airport, but to really for the airport to get that max benefit, when you look at Baldwin County, 80% of the people that fly out of Baldwin County go to Pensacola.
Right.
So accessibility to the new airport is a big thing. So is the airport going to be successful? I really think so, but are we really going to see that huge benefit of being competitive with rates and growth there at the airport? I think we'll really see it when the bridge is completed.
Yeah, it is. And I've mentioned this now several times, but if the bridge actually gets built, and you have a new arena, new downtown airport, all these new parks with waterfront access, this is going to be a completely different era for Mobile, Alabama.
I totally agree, and I think that's the thing. When you look at the city of Mobile and the people we have in our seats, like my colleagues stated, we also got congressman figures, and we got fighters. We got people out there really fighting on the federal level, on the state level, and then the city of Mobile is moving together as one, and I think that makes a major difference. So I believe we're going to receive all those things, and we will have the #1 city in the state of Alabama.
Well, a lot of people think we are already in a lot of respects.
That's right.
Why would anybody want to live anywhere else in Alabama? No offense to the rest of the state, but come on, it's a port city.
It's a port city.
Why would you want to be away from the port city?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Uncle Henry. I mean, we have so many opportunities here in the city of Mobile, but when you think about, we have 2 interstates, we have Amtrak, we're gonna, get the bridge, we're gonna have an international airport, and we're only an hour from the beach. Like it's so much opportunity here, and growth, and I believe we're gonna be seeing a lot of more people move to the city of Mobile.
I think so. And we also, too, one of the things I like to say is that we build ships and planes down here in Mobile. I don't know what the rest of the state's doing.
That's right.
Well, I know the governor, they had some press conference last year or the year before in Montgomery just to tell the state how important the docks were.
About
Do you remember
time.
that?
Yeah, about time, right?
Well, I kept thinking, what's going on? Why did they have to do this? But glad that they did. Glad that they did. All right, we're about to go back on the radio for those radio listeners here in about 20 seconds. So we're going to pick up and talk about exciting things in your districts and many other questions as we move forward here on the Uncle Henry Show. And YouTube viewers, thank you for watching on YouTube. If you have more questions, I'll try to take a look and see. And we do have one. All right, I'll be asking this coming up. .com. The Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM. My guests today are Corey Penn, Ben Reynolds, Josh Woods, Bo Fleming. I hope I got all your names right. Mobile City Council folks. Now, when we were in the last segment of the show, I was just asking what's exciting going on in your district. Josh Woods, what are you excited about in District 6?
So kind of taking on Mr. Fleming's comment there, District 6, though, really is the place that Mobile comes home to. I mean, we're nothing but neighborhoods. My biggest industry is Wawa's and Publix's. So that's and neighborhoods. So really kind of going back to that repaving of neighborhoods. A lot of neighborhoods, especially the ones that we've accepted in, and even some of the old District 6, those neighborhoods never really have been repaved. And due to the financial responsibility and security that the city's now had, we're now going into neighborhoods. Instead of just paving those main streets, we're now paving neighborhoods and fixing sidewalks and doing those things. So a lot of projects, especially in 2026, you're going to start seeing a lot of work going on in District 6. And then, quality of life, again, whenever you live somewhere, you want something to do. So we've invested as partners with the county. There'll be a new park that will join alongside West Mobile County Park. It'll have a splash pad and a large playground, walking trail. So that quality of life issue for newly annexed especially will be there. And then I will have to brag on West Side. It's the largest ballpark in the entire city. We have 924 kids playing this season. So I'm very excited that to see the improvements that we made, not only to make that park safe, but also bring it up to speed. And fortunately, we're in the contention for state all-star play, and even regional all-star play, just because of the improvements we made to the park. So excited about that. There's a lot going on in District 6 because, again, it's the place everybody comes home to.
Hey, and before we get to you, Bo Fleming, if Gina Gregory were here, would she spend the hour talking about dredging that lake? Is that the most exciting thing?
Listen,
in District 7 is dredging that lake, getting that mud out of there.
Councilwoman Gregory has been working on that for over 20 years, and
I understand.
She's on. That's a very exciting thing. I've seen pictures. I know we've all seen pictures of what Langan Lake used to look like.
Right.
And she's worked. That's been one thing she's worked on very, very hard. So I'm very proud of her. we went the other day, or I guess it's been about 6 months ago when they did the paddle boats
Yeah.
or the kayaks, and I made it a point to go by and give her a hug and tell her congratulations because it is a huge thing for her district. So she's worked very hard. They've got funding sources from everywhere, and it's finally happening.
Well, I'm glad that it is. Now, Bo Fleming, excitement in District 5. Now, your district is still tingling from the new roundabout.
It is, and we've really only had 2 mishaps there that I know of.
Infamous, but yes.
Yeah, they were. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and those were fixed up pretty quick. I would say it's some of the major road projects that are coming up, and some of the connectivity with some of the pedestrian projects, sidewalk projects specifically. And we wrapped up the roundabout. There's another phase of McGregor that will be starting hopefully this year on the north side. It'll bring District 5 and District 7 together. There's going to be a new sidewalk project running from Old Shell to Dolphin Street, which to me is important because with the interstate and the Dolphin Street corridor project that Councilman Penn and I are kind of collaborating on with the city, it's going to bring traffic flow, walkability, all that through there. There's some road resurfacing going on in the Jackson Heights neighborhood this year. We just finished up a sidewalk project in the Howland Woods subdivision. So, a lot of these neighborhoods are getting the upgrades that they've needed for a while. In the Ravine Woods subdivision, we just started a sidewalk project this week, and those sidewalks were 65, 70 years old. So it's nice to kind of see some infrastructure projects and bring things up to date.
Infrastructure is my favorite thing. It is, and I believe it is. I even believe it is good economic development. You can attract businesses and people with great infrastructure.
Sure.
Now, I love hearing from political folks what people tell them. What is the top thing people tell you about, Corey Penn, in your district? Now, when people call you, is it about really important stuff? Or, well, everything is important to somebody. It's important to somebody. But what is the number one thing people call you about, Corey Penn?
I think dealing with potholes, probably potholes.
Did you recognize my voice when I called?
Yeah. Potholes, probably number one. Animals as well, dogs, and probably, to me, probably blighted properties. I think that's a challenge for me having a district that's pretty, one of the oldest districts. Is blighted properties.
Okay, Ben Reynolds. What about you? What do you also hear about the potholes?
Potholes occasionally, but we're pretty good about potholes in District 4. They don't sit around long. If they do, then I certainly want to hear about them. Trimming trees is a big one.
Okay, trimming trees.
Trees they come up all the time, and cutting grass when it's grass. So you'll get to experience this as we're getting into the growing season. That's going to be a tremendous call for you. You'll get a lot of calls about grass, but generally we're able to adjust and take care of them. The city, we've expanded our mowing contracts. We're not relying on city employees to cut all the grass. Now we're having contractors do it. But that's mostly what I hear about.
What about you, Josh?
I'm in the same boat with grass. Hear a lot about that, especially a certain time of year. Swimming pools, obviously.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes people have a hard time maintaining swimming pools. So there's I always know it's always a cluster of calls about a swimming pool. Sidewalks are big, and then also too, again, bringing in newly annexed. This is really the first time we talked on, I guess it was Thursday, talked about the new traffic signal upgrades, and then like I mentioned, the new the going into neighborhoods and repaving. But yeah, it's cyclical, and fortunately, it's stuff that we can put on the plate and kind of handle pretty quickly.
Bo Fleming, what about you? What do people come to you with?
Speeding and traffic mostly.
Speeding?
Yeah. I mean, right in the heart of District 5 from I-65 to Hillcrest, we have airport, and we've made some great improvements with that, with some technology at traffic signals and getting traffic flowing east to west and back and forth better. But speeding in neighborhoods, speeding in airport, all your other major corridors, whether it's Hillcrest, University, McGregor, Old Shell. I get a lot of calls about speeding in school zones, things like that. I would say here recently that's been the most frequent calls I get.
And when you get those kind of calls as a council person, and we talked about this before we went on the air, there's not much you can do. You can't call the police department and say, hey, send somebody out here. So how do you handle it when somebody calls you about something like this? Because you can't send somebody out to
can't
mow
really
grass
tell
or-
anybody what to do,
Right.
you know. So, but what we can do is ask for help. So,
Yes.
you know, getting our kind of council assistants and liaison, and getting with the public safety director to try to, you know, have more police presence. Maybe order some traffic studies, some things like that, to try to figure out where they're speeding. Issue some tickets. Are speed bumps an option? Traffic signals. It's a challenge.
And then I would also add, I mean, kind of going to that, you know, we're a Class 2 municipality. We're the only one in the state. And one of the cool things and unique things about Mobile is that we're governed by the Zogby Act.
Right.
So the only employee the city council has is the city clerk. Everybody else that works for the city, we cannot tell them what to do. It's actually a misdemeanor, and we get kicked out of office if we tell them what to do. But that's while that's a challenge, it's also an opportunity to build relationships and make sure that, you know, we raise up our constituents' concerns.
Hey, we're about to go to break, but I've never met the city clerk. But from watching the council meetings, it looks like every single council person is really in love with the city clerk. I mean, I hear nothing but praise for the city clerk.
Yeah,
Is she great at what she does?
She's amazing. She's amazing. We're blessed to have her, and of course, she will be retiring in December.
Oh,
and
okay.
so that's we're happy to have her.
Okay,
Yeah.
very, very good. All right, well, we're going to take a timeout and then come back with our final segment with these Mobile City Council members. Now, if you tuned in late and you would like to hear the entire conversation, it'll be available as a podcast. You can go to the iHeartRadio app, look up the Uncle Henry Show on the iHeartRadio app. And the app is designed to be more like a car radio, so you can set a preset in the app for the show, set a preset in the app for News Radio 710, and you'll be able to hear all of the Uncle Henry Show podcasts. All right, back after the break with the Mobile City Council. All right, and we are now off of radio, but still on YouTube here. So you get calls about you get these calls about potholes. Do any of you get? When I was first starting out covering council, it was always garbage cans. You don't get the garbage can calls anymore.
Well-oiled machine.
Okay,
Yeah.
they figured that out.
Yeah.
They figured that out.
Yeah, I think so. I think you might have where, you know, if we have a holiday coming up, I think it might be some challenges. Somebody might get, you know, mix a certain area and they got to go back and pick the trash up, but it runs really great.
Not perfect. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, you always got something. A can gets dumped over. You got a new driver that, you know, is new to the job, and they're not setting them down just right, and it takes a little time. Those things happen. Hey, but I wanted to say something about the city clerk, because I'm glad that you recognize that. She has this ability. We were talking yesterday, a group of us. She has this ability to sort of recognize a personality and be able to sort of meld and work with it. So she went around the table with us yesterday, and she said, I got him figured out. You know, if Ben Reynolds shows up down here at his office, he's either done something or he's about to do something, which is so true. And then she went to Josh and described Josh precisely, and Corey just right, that he wants to hear both sides and weigh it out. And it was just, she's got it figured out, and we're very fortunate to have her.
We are, and with her retiring, we've joked, but we really are serious. She's done the job. She's been through councils. She will be greatly missed, and the city of Mobile will miss her greatly. So she's going to be a hard position to fill.
Yeah, so. Totally agree.
Now, while we've got about 3 minutes left in the commercial break, how is the new council lady working out? How is Samantha Ingram working out?
I get along with some Councilwoman Ingram very good. You can tell she's a smart lady.
Absolutely,
you know,
yes.
She's very smart.
I have noticed.
And you know, this is a job that we do is a unique job, right?
Right.
I don't care who you are. It's going to take a little time to just figure it out and understand how it all works. You know what the rules are, and so you can tell her mind's working. You know, she's going to figure it out very quickly.
And I think part of I came in half a term, so really one of the key things is trying to figure out how you work with these other people. It's just like any job.
Mm-hmm.
You got to figure out how to work with people. Dr. Ingram, I know that she's going to dive down deep. She's going to ask questions. But at the end of the day, she's trying to dive down for the answers. So she's been great to work with.
Well, this is you mentioned the Zogby Act with the supermajority. You can't just be a firebrand and expect everybody to go your way. You've got to convince other people. You've got to be persuasive with each other.
You can't showboat. You can't build walls. And I really, that's what I appreciate about the council, the previous council, this council. It seems like we're trying to build a house instead of just build a wall.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think when you look at what we did our first term for the ones that was there, and we're going into some of them going into multiple terms, but I think the council we're on the same page. We want to move the city forward. And I believe everyone that sits on the council right now want to do the same thing.
Okay. And by the way, those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to ask we got a couple of more questions, and I will get to both of those questions that I see, and I don't know if there are more. One of the viewers wants to know, has a question for y'all. He wants to know if I remember to wear pants. So you will all explain that I am wearing pants.
I don't know. I can't see over the
Well, no, I wore pants.
There.
You should have asked me which council member did not wear pants.
That would have been a better question.
Because there is one. There is one here.
I am wearing shorts, though.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Just to clarify.
I'm clothed.
So, is it? We're gonna be back on the radio in about a minute. Do any of you when you hear your name mentioned in the news, is it always startling? When you turn on the news and you might hear your name, do you immediately?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch the news. I think that I kind of maybe read articles.
Oh, okay.
But like watching the news, because I think that it's like Corey Penn said this. Usually my mother called me and say, hey, you was on the news and it seemed like you were mad about something. What was going on? I'm like, what did I say? But yeah, it's still hard to kind of get used to, being on the news or people want to interview you and ask your questions about different things. So
it's like a snap back into reality. Like, hey, you're not just Ben Reynolds, you're representing 30,000 people.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
you gotta, pay attention to those sort of things. But
all right,
I don't hear it much.
Here we go, back on the radio, our final segment.
Heart Radio app, now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeart Radio station.
The Uncle Henry Show continues. Our final segment here with Corey Penn, Ben Reynolds, Josh Woods, Bo Fleming of the Mobile City Council. I've got some questions that were entered in on YouTube, people watching this show on the Uncle Henry Show channel on YouTube. Pat wants to know this. He says, my friend drives to Pensacola to buy hemp seltzer. When will they approve licenses for Mobile retailers? I'm sure the revenue would be appreciated.
So where we're at right now, obviously the state passed the larger hemp bill, made it legal in the state, and now it's up to municipalities to work together with the ABC to properly license whatever they did up there. So where we're at in Mobile is we did it's going to be more like an ABC process, like a every week or every now and then you see us pass an ABC license for maybe a restaurant or a retail seller. So we thought what we did 2 weeks ago would bring them into compliance to allow these businesses to sell. But right now we're kind of just in a holding pattern until the state figures out what municipalities need to do. But regardless, that was something the state did, and we're just trying to get into compliance. So
have you heard from people about that? Has that been on the list of things that people approach you about in the grocery store?
I've heard from a couple retailers.
Yeah, I have too. I've heard from a few retailers, hey, we had this, now we don't. When are you going to get this approved? So we definitely hear them. We're definitely working on it. So, yes.
Okay. There's also a user, Edge314, wants to know if there will ever be a streaking allowed holiday in downtown Mobile.
No.
Okay.
I'll answer for the group.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he was probably thinking, in the last, I guess it was the last council passed you can shoot off fireworks. It was now legal
Well, we actually, if you recall, I'll address that one too. We actually reduced the amount of time you could shoot fireworks. Remember, it was legal, and everybody thought it was illegal. So
so now it's reduced down to 2 days?
4 days total on 2 holidays.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want King George to be too happy.
Okay. All right, well, we're almost out of time here. Corey Penn, what should we be expecting in the next few months here in Mobile? I know everybody's excited about the arena being built and all that kind of stuff. Anything else we should be looking out for?
You know, for me in District 1, we put $1.1 million in our soccer fields at Sage. So you're going to have an opportunity to come and enjoy those fields. We also redoing the pools, and I have 50% of the pools in my district. And so you're going to have really nice pools going into Memorial Weekend. And so we got a lot of great things. But as a city as a whole, I think you're going to see more paved streets, sidewalks, infrastructure, and drainage. We've been improving so much, so many things on the agenda for drainage. So you're going to see a major difference in that as well.
What about Bo Fleming? What about you and your district? Anything?
Yeah. So there's going to be some drainage projects along the Slava Creek, up and down, kind of between Dolphin and Airport. Be on the lookout for that. That's going to really help that area. There's going to be some more sidewalks, road paving, McGregor, traffic studies being done. I mean, we're trying to move and groove as much as we can.
Okay. Hey, before I'm out of time, though, I've got to ask, how is the new mayor doing?
He's doing great.
Yeah, he's doing great. I mean, the amount of subjects that government deals with,
yes,
it is so broad and far-reaching. I mean, and you really have to come to be an expert in a short period of time on any particular subject. As the mayor, you got them all coming at you at all directions. So it's my understanding he's basically taking meetings every 30 minutes, you know, since he's been in office, just to make sure that he's at the tip of the spear on what's going on. And he's doing a great job.
Yeah, and I agree. You know, I think when I look at a mayor, it's similar to, you know, not comparing, but when Mayor Stimson and Mayor Chair Gaddis, they both wanted to build relationships. They wanted to know, like, what do you need in your district? Because the district represents the whole city. So, and he represents the whole city, and so I think that means a lot, and I think he's doing a great job. Building that relationship?
Is it how different is it dealing with his administration versus the previous?
I mean, there's learning curves, just like any new employee per se. But you know, I can't just reiterate or can't really focus more on the fact that. Again, instead of building walls, we're building houses, and just like Mayor Stimson, my experience 2 years, we built houses. We didn't build walls, and I've appreciated the fact that him and his team have stepped in and really, like Councilman Penn was saying, they really dove into saying, what does your district need? What do your constituents need? So I greatly appreciate it. He's off to a heck of a start. Looking forward to working with him.
All right, would you slide the microphone over to Ben Reynolds?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
And you seconded it immediately. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna join this. I just want to thank all four of you for taking the time to come and talk to the listeners here of News Radio 710. Really appreciate it. I think that the city is heading in a direction I never thought I would live to see, and it's exciting at my age to see. I want to live to go over the bridge. Will you promise that if the bridge is built after I'm gone, that you'll drive my remains over the bridge?
Hey, if that's your wishes.
Yeah, listen, we'll do a whole motorcade.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. All right. Thank you again to Corey Penn, Ben Reynolds, Josh Wood, Bo Fleming. Josh, thank you for setting this up.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for having us. We greatly appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Same here. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. There is more. Believe it or not, there's more coming up after the news break, after 6 o'clock. So stick with us here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox on Tech. Is that really President Trump in that video? YouTube wants to help you figure that out. In the brave new world of artificial intelligence, you've likely come across videos of political leaders. Many of these videos are intended to be gags, especially ones showing the embellished dance routines of Vice President J.D. Vance. These are obviously not real, but can be quite humorous. But that same tech can and is being used to create phony videos of policymakers intended to fool you and to make you react politically. Now, YouTube says it will work to identify such videos using the same tech as its Content ID used to detect phony videos of existing creators. And if a potential deepfake of a politician is identified, it will ask the poster to review it and maybe take it down. On YouTube's blog, YouTube pushes for better legal frameworks to curb deepfakes while promoting creators' rights. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
This is an important message for all parents of teens. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to social media sites such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, and they have suffered from eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower show Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms were highly addictive and may have caused eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation. It appears these social media companies knew they had been causing serious harm to kids, but have done little to stop it. If your teen has been harmed by social media like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, then you could be eligible for significant compensation. If you'd like to discuss a lawsuit, text PARENT to 323232. PARENT to 323232. PARENT to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, Media Advertising Specialists, LLC, is responsible for the content of this ad with principal offices in Chicago, Illinois.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a